But we've got the management of Oberoi Realty joining us now on the show. They just did announce their numbers a short while ago. We've got Vikas Oberoi joining us on ET now to walk us through the quarterly numbers. Vikas, firstly, thanks very much for joining us. Now, your first quarter revenues are up 25% over last year and profits are up 27%. But on a sequential basis, your revenues are actually down 21% and profits are down 30%. Can you tell us what caused this sequential drop in numbers?
Hi. See, firstly, I can't...
Yeah, Vikas, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. So, firstly, I continue to maintain that real estate industry should not be compared on a quarter-on-quarter because this largely depends on how the progress of the project has been, how how many launches have you done in that particular quarter, and so on and so forth. So I wouldn't really look too much into these numbers. If you look at numbers, then you look at the order book, it stands at 1580 crores versus 1100 crores last year. So there's an increase there. If you look at the amount of money we've collected this quarter, it's virtually 70% more than what we've collected in similar quarters. If you look at any such indicator like the amount of money we've spent on construction, it's again 50 or 70% more than what we've spent on another quarter. So I would just continue to say that you can't judge real estate industry on a quarter-on-quarter in terms of its outlook.
Fair enough, Vikas, but some of your new launches in Worli and Mulund, they've been significantly delayed against the initial guidance. What is the update on these two major projects?
Okay, so Mulund, we are waiting for the MOEF clearance. We all know that we've got a nod from Supreme Court to go ahead and construct and create third-party interest. This is subject to MOEF NOC. We have applied for the MOEF NOC. We are awaiting that, and bureaucracy takes its own time. So that's one on Mulund. As far as the Worli project goes, we have moved 15 people who had kind of booked an apartment in our Glaxo project into this project. So technically the sales here have started, and as many as 15 apartments, close to 140,000 square feet, has already been sold. The reason why we are not showing it in our books is because technically these were sold by our group company, though they don't reflect in any of our books, but they were already sold. So given the background, we can safely say that these sales have actually happened. So Worli is as scheduled. The progress of work is good. We are in fact, this is the only project where we are almost 2 to 3 weeks ahead of schedule, and Samsung is our contractor who is doing a brilliant job, I must say.
Sure. So Vikas, if we could just focus on average realizations, what was it like in the first quarter, and are you confident of realizations actually going up over successive quarters from here on?
Well, average realizations were close to 16 and 17,000 rupees a square foot, not considering Worli. And average realizations are going to go up because the minute you add Worli to it, it will take the number significantly up. The other reasons for our average to go up are that initially the lower floors sell, which give you a lower yield because you don't add as much floor rise. Now we've got floors at higher level. The buildings are about getting ready, in exquisite, I'm saying. And customers can actually go up and have a look at the view and decide that, a higher floor is better, and then subsequently pay us for that floor rise and whatever. So you will see an increase in realization irrespective of whether we increase the price or not.
Sure, but Vikas, on that point, do you expect that the Bombay market, the Mumbai market rather, the realizations are going to hold up for the industry? Let's leave Oberoi out for a moment. average realizations for the real estate industry, the general view is we are at a phase where things are going to stay flat, possibly go down. Would you agree with that?
You know, I agree that with the global scenario, it's likely to be flat. But look at the Bombay market or Mumbai market. It's very peculiar because we do not have supply like a Gurgaon or a Noida has, or for that matter even Hyderabad or Bangalore has. There's very little supply. There is so much regulation. Approvals don't come easily, and there is inherent demand. Bombay's always had this demand. So again, in an inflationary economy, if you stack up all this, you really don't have reasons why the market should go down. I would seriously urge the government to increase supply so that we can give some affordable homes to people. I mean, so I'm not averse to reducing prices, provided there is enough supply and replacement cost for us.
And finally, Vikas, most of the analysts believe that in FY13 there is going to be some new projects and new launches which are expected that will drive your sales growth. If you could just walk us through the same.
So we are obviously expecting Mulund to come through. That should be another 3 million square feet, and if that goes through, then we are looking at a close to $1 billion revenue out of just one project. I mean, I'm not saying that all of this will come in the next quarter or this year, but a substantial sales will take place there. And the reason being that we do not have any other project. Goregaon, if I launch a new project, it competes with the other two projects. Jogeshwari also is close to Goregaon. So in some way, these were competing projects. So the gross revenue that we were able to generate out of these projects were kind of, competing with each other. In Mulund, it won't be the case. It's a standalone project and it will give us good revenues. Worli will give us good revenues again. And you can also expect, Esquire 2 in Goregaon. So these are the launches that we are expecting in, FY13, I would say.
Okay, Vikas, thanks very much for taking the time out and joining us first on ET Now with a perspective on the quarters and what we can expect. The order book at 1580 crore rupees, and you have the company which is saying that they do expect the realizations in Mumbai to remain flat going ahead. The stock price though in the red as we speak. A quick break right here on Market Sense, but we'll come back with